We know.
We're about to go live, Jeff.
This is a Manta Sports Media presentation of 16th Region softball action. Good afternoon and welcome back to West Carter Middle School as we're going to have game two of a doubleheader here between the Menifee County Wildcats and the West Carter Lady Comets. But to start things off, earlier before game one, we had a introduction of the tennis Lady Comets and Comets that since they don't have any home games on their schedule, they decide to honor the tennis players here. So we'll go live to that video there so you can see that presentation, because we just seen Emily Henderson honored just a little bit ago on our previous video. But we'll watch this as we get ready for game two here between the Wildcats and the Comets.
Her future plans are to attend Morehead State University and major in biology and pre-pharmacy. Miss Jayla Brooke Bailey. Next we have Katie Barker. Katie is being escorted by Bobby and Carol Barker. Katie has played soccer for 4 years and tennis for 4 years. Her other activities include Beta Club for 4 years, Y Club for 4 years. She's been in multimedia for 3 years, STLP for 3 years, and Teen Court for 3 years. Her future plans are to attend Asbury University and major in media communications, and she will also be playing soccer there. Miss Katie Barker. Next we have Kaylee Elizabeth Gillum. Kaylee is the daughter of Wes and Shelley Gillum. She's been on the tennis team for 4 years. And she played varsity basketball for 6 years. Kylie's other activities include FCLA, and she's a member of the Olivefield Wesleyan Church. Her future plans are to attend KCU, where she will be playing basketball there. Miss Kaylee Elizabeth Gillum. Macy Inskeep. Macy is being escorted by Nicole Dehart and Brayden Dehart. Macy has been on the tennis team for 4 years. She has played volleyball for 4 years. She's also been on the golf team for 2 years. Her other activities include Y Club for 4 years, FCCLA for 4 years, Spanish Club for 3 years, Teen Court for 3 years, and mock trial for 1 year. Macy plans to attend MSU and study radiologic science, and graduate with an associate's degree and a bachelor's in CTMR. Miss Macy Inskeep. Kaylee Deshay Rayburn. Kaylee is being escorted by Candace, Nick, and Cassidy Rayburn. Kaylee has played tennis for 3 years. She's been on the soccer team for 4 years and also the basketball team for 4 years. Her other activities include Multimedia Club and Future Farmers of America. Kaylee plans to attend Morehead State University and to be an ultrasound technician. Ms. Kaylee Deshay Rayburn. And last but not least, Ms. Peyton Stigall. Peyton is being escorted by her mom Kelly and her dad Jeff Stigall. Peyton has been a member of the tennis team for 2 years, the volleyball team for 4 years, and our basketball team for 6 years. Her other activities include FCCLA, FBLA, STLP, CCYL, Spanish Club, and Pep Club. Peyton's future plans include attending MSU to major in education, where she wants to return to West Carter and coach the freshman volleyball team. Miss Peyton Stigall. Ladies and gentlemen, your senior West Carter tennis players.
Oh, man, forgot my sound for today. Now we're back up and going.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was, this has been kind of a very similar thing from the first game. As I said, West Carter turned it on in the third and fourth inning to get the Mercy Rule 20-5 win in game one. And so that's going to be 3-1 here to Eversole. Nobody out and 2 runs already for the Wildcats. And that's going to be fouled off into the net, so full count for Eversole.
Get a little bigger piece of it and it'll go, honey. We'll
see if West Carter can still ride that high off of the other course, reports have Coach Stevens had a bet with the girls that if they won a ball game that he would shave his head, and might have been rumors that he was going to even dye his beard pink, but I can't be. I'm not going to commit him to that one. Actually, I did the exact same thing when I was a coach in volleyball and everything. Of course, little did the girls know at the time period, I always shave my head every 2 weeks. So.
Well, there you go. I tell my JFL kids that every year. I'll cut it off. Yep. We go undefeated.
And, I mean, if that would happen, we would gladly do it.
There's a shot.
Yeah, right up toward the middle, and that's through the gap, and that's going to score one more here for the Wildcats. So it is 3-2 early on here as King gets a shot up toward the gap. So Banks, the left fielder, up now for the Wildcats.
Foul.
Fouled off into the net here.
My head jerks every time, Jeff.
Oh, it does. Even at the high school, when we're in the press box over there, I don't care if it hits the net, if it's going over top of it, the press box, I'm just like no. So, 0-1. There's a
shot.
Hit towards short.
Bobbed it.
Double play depth, and they've got the runner at second, but that is going to score one here for Menifee County. So Smith will end up scoring from third. Eversole ends up over at third. King got forced out.
Runners going to second.
And so we've got runners there on second and third. So the count's 1 ball and no strikes.
Good job watching it.
Make that 2-0. So we don't know if Menifee County's going to come in with a chip off their shoulder or on their shoulder after this one.
Yeah.
Because it's tough to tell. I mean, when you play a team, when you're evenly matched like that, and you play a team, and you're kind of expecting a win, and then you lose in a mercy. It stings a little bit. And,
yes, it does.
I'd hate to be in that huddle that they had over there after that game. As it's 3-0 now here to Jones. That's going to be swung on toward short.
And double play.
Double play. Good job there by McGlone to get that as Banks, after she advanced on toward second, did not return back. And so that is going to be it for the Wildcats here as double play. We'll get this scored up here as that's going to be 6-4 double play at the end there. And so Eversole doesn't score. Banks gets forced out. And so 4 runs, 3 hits, and 1 left on base by the Wildcats here in the top of the first inning. So we'll be coming up with the starting lineup here momentarily for the West Carter Lady Comets. We'll be back here momentarily. You're watching 16th Region Softball action live here on the Mantis Sports Media Network. To look your best on game day or on any other at 115 Mill Street in Olive Hill for all your high school, collegiate, and custom apparel needs. They are also the place for custom gifts and embroidery. And when you need to refuel, head to Henry's at 530 Tom T. Hall Boulevard. Whether it's Taco Tuesday, Fish Fry Friday, or juicy steaks and burgers any other day of the week, Henry's is there for the area's best food, drinks, and entertainment. Be sure to check us out on Facebook for specials or to order online. Stylish Stitches and Henry's are proud supporters of local high school sports. The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 110,000 participants here in Kentucky who take part in high school sports.
And we're back here at West Middle, and Kaylee James up to bat first for the Comets here. As she's getting ready, we'll take a quick look at the starting lineup for West Carter. Kaylee James, second base, batting first. Brandy McGlone batting second. Cameron Burton third. Emma McGlone fourth. Trinity Salmons batting fifth. Chloe Lambert sixth.
There's a shot.
And that is a nice shot towards second, and that is going to be one away for West Carter. And getting back to the lineup, Kinley Atkins batting seventh, Emily Henderson batting eighth, and Jordan Porter batting ninth. And so off of a first pitch, gets that one, grounds out here to King. And so it is now Brandon McGlone up to bat here for West Carter. First one's going to be high up in the zone, ball one. And, of course, if you are interested in advertising with us, we do have plenty of spots available. Of course, the season kind of quickly coming toward the end as that one hit towards second, and that's going to be two away here for the Comets. We do have specials for tournament balls, so if you'd like to get in on the advertising, make sure you hit us up, and we'll be glad to help you out with that.
Batting for West Carter, the pitcher, number 15, Cameron Burton.
So a two away, Cameron Burton's coming up to bat here for the Lady Comets. The first one swung on and hits the catcher right in the gear.
Pitcher versus pitcher here, huh?
It is. Gotta love the helmets too. They got 21 on it, honoring their senior. That's going to be one ball and one strike here to Burton. Of course, Menifee County took a huge 4-0 lead here in the first inning.
There we go.
Shot down toward third and goes through the legs, and so Burton is going to be rounding towards second, and she'll be holding there on a double.
That was a good hit right there, Jeff.
Yep, ended up right through the legs there of Eversole. That's what the Comets need at this moment. At least try to cut into this lead just a touch. Now the shortstop, Emma McGlone, picked up her first victory pitching here in the last game. And that one should advance Burton on over toward third.
The shortstop, number 7, Emma McGlone.
So it's going to be 1-0 here to McGlone.
No legs. There you go, Bill.
Big cut there, miss.
So it'll be 1-1. And definitely want to thank our buddy Hank Bond for broadcasting the baseball game from over in. And so that's going to be a hit by pitch there, and so that will put runners on first and third for the Comets. Of course, by my last check, it was the 5th inning, and I think Russell had went on a little bit of a scoring streak, and it was 8-2.
West Carter, the catcher, number 11, Trinity Salmons.
So Trinity Salmons going to be in behind the catcher here this afternoon. Two outs, and that one's going to be swung on, and that's going to be fouled off into the net. 0-1. So runners on first and third.
There we go.
And that's a shot straight to the shortstop there, Rogers, for out number 3. That was a very strong hit
Yes,
there
it
by
was.
Salmons, but that's going to put the Comets away, the Lady Comets away here in the first inning. So no runs off of one hit, no errors. So we will come back here momentarily. You're watching 16th Region softball action live here on the Mantis Sports Media Network. Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com. The drive-in has the food to get your day started the right way. From delicious donuts and hot coffee to mouth-watering burgers and a cold marshmallow Coke, made from natural and locally sourced ingredients. Be sure to keep an eye out for our food truck coming to a town near you. And don't forget that the sun is always out at Beach Buns Tanning. With locations at Olive Hill, Grayson, Moorhead, and Mount Sterling, we have the tanning options and lotions to give you that sun-kissed look all year round. Be sure to check us out on Facebook. Beach Buns Tanning and the Drive-In are proud supporters of local high school sports. The next time you're in Mount Sterling, take the short drive out to Cecilia's Country Market at 4100 Maysville Road for some good home cooking, one of the area's best breakfast, and daily lunch specials, all at affordable prices. Competitive gas and diesel prices, with the little items we all need every day, all in one place. Open from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. That's Cecilia's Country Market, 4100 Maysville Road, Mount Sterling, Kentucky, right next to the world-famous Judy Drive-In. And we're back here at West Carter Middle School. Jeff the Mantis Irwin and Justin Tackett here with us this afternoon. Final score from over at Russell. Russell ends up defeating the West Carter Comets in 6 innings, 12-2. So the West Carter Comets drop a heartbreaker over there after having a good lead there in the second inning, but end up falling to the Russell Red Devils. So it's 0-1 here to the right fielder, Hamilton, as that one's up into the net, so it'll be 2-0. And Burton's had 9 decisions so far on the year. 10 strikeouts so far, ERA of 28.226. As that's going to be 3-0. And this is the first year that she has pitched.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, they're all getting better. That last game was definitely, when they pulled together and they all got together. And, I mean, this game's nowhere near out of reach.
No.
Any of these teams, when West gets back up and if, their bats get lit back up again.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it can, be some trouble there for them.
Yep. Yeah, it can be. And like we said before, this is such a young team. You got so many girls out here that hasn't even played softball. So,
I mean, we're glad to field a team. That's the important thing. As we're at the top of the lineup again, we're number 26, the shortstop Rogers, and she was hit by a pitch in the first inning. And first pitch to her is going to be there, and they're going to try to get the runner at second, and she falls off the plate, and she is going to be called out. And so it's going to be 1-0, and the first out there by the Comets as they catch Hamilton trying to steal. So the pass ball comes in, and Hamilton gets tagged out at second. So that's going to be a 2-4. Salmons to James gets the pick off there. And that one's going to be popped off and just barely brushes against the net here. So it's going to be 1-1 here to Rogers.
Come on, one strike.
It's going to be high, 2-1.
Go, Gracie.
sun's starting to set here at the middle school. That's going to be fouled off.
2-2. Yeah, that sun's going down. It's actually feeling pretty good, Jeff.
It was 86 in the van on the way here, and I think it's supposed to be hitting 90 by the weekend. Of course, we did have a doubleheader scheduled for tomorrow. Actually, it was going to be West and Menifee in baseball, but Menifee or someone canceled out on that one. And that one's going to be popped up over the third baseline and out of play. So it'll still be 2-2. Of course, Russell, taking a look at their baseball team over there. I mean, they've had a pretty good year.
Oh yeah.
And like I said, they turned it on because West Carter had that early lead. The 2-1. There's a shot toward.
Awesome. Good snag there by McGlone.
Good hustle as she got on her horse for that one to get the basket catch. And so that's going to be 2 away here for the Wildcats.
Stepping in for Menifee County, number 21, Bayley Ledford.
So Bayley Ledford, the catcher, coming up to bat now for Menifee County. She's got a walk so far in the first inning with a run and a stolen base. And the first pitch in hers high up in the zone, 1-0. Of course, graduation coming up next week for Carter County Schools.
Strike.
Nice right down the middle there. And we'll be broadcasting that, the West Carter graduation on Saturday starting at 10. That's next Saturday, not this Saturday. Even though the seniors probably wish it was this Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
And that's going to be called strike, and so that's 1-2. Of course, baseball and softball season still got one more week left. Next week is going to be the last week. This is the last home game for the Lady Comets, and next week they'll be on the road. I think they got a couple games on the road, and then I believe it's down to Morgan County for the district tournament. And that's going to be fouled off and into the netting. Just about broke the barrier here. It's always the one thing being right behind this net, you really rely on.
Yeah, I'll get used to it eventually.
Oh, even all the times I've been out here and doing that, as soon as it come back in, it's like, I'm ducking down, and it's like, no, save the equipment.
Yeah.
And
there's a little chopper.
Yeah, third base dribbler, and that is not going to be there as she's rounding first. They got a chance to get her at second, but that's overthrown, and McGlone, or I should say Lambert, ends up picking that one up, so Ledford gets a single there.
Let's go, Deanna.
Now batting center fielder, number 40, Deanna Meadows.
So Meadows up to bat now for Menifee County with a runner on first, 2 out. She was hit by a pitch in that first inning, but did make the Comets pay for that one and scored a run.
Yes, she did. That's low.
But that should advance the runner on over toward third.
No, they call dead ball.
Oh, dead ball. Probably hit by a pitch, I would say.
Hit by a pitch. Yep.
So Ledford moves over to second, and Meadows goes to first. So it'll be runners at first and second. Still 2 out here for the Wildcats with the pitcher, Smith, coming up. So another pitcher's duel here. Good pitch, a good velocity on that one, too.
It was.
So 0-1's the count. Smith singled to left center in the first inning. So she's 1 for 1. And that's going to be popped up, and catcher's underneath it and dropped, but that's a fair ball. They're going to try to get the runner at second, and that one's dropped, and so Menifee County dodges a bullet with that one, as that one was popped right up and ended up, she gets the single out of that, but I should have been out number 3.
Yeah, should have been.
But as we talked before, you get underneath those, and I mean,
They seem easy, but it's a lot of pressure.
well, it's that fine tuning at the very end that makes you panic.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, yeah, am I there? Am I there? And then, of course, she had Burton right there, too. And, well, it's about the same like even in volleyball. You get 2 players that's right next to each other, and, that communication's got to be there for them to make that call. As it's 1-0. And there's a shot foul down the first base line, so it'll be 1-1. Burton's thrown 43 pitches so far, 25 balls, 18 strikes.
Line that out, Lee. You got it, girl.
That's got to be like halfway.
Yeah, you got a ball and strike. You're good.
1-1. 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike.
It's still 4-0, but Menifee County threatening here as that one's outside the zone, outside, so it's 2-1.
What would I do without you? I know. What would you? I would just.
There's the 2-1 pitch.
Strike!
That's going to be called. Strike 2 evens things up.
Go left. Yeah, hit them.
Hit 'em. Come on, get them girls in here.
So bases loaded, 2 out here for Eversole. And has to jump over that one, so that's going to be full count, 3-2.
I'm joking.
This is not a position that Burton wants to find herself in at the moment. But a strike here could put it all to the end. As that's going to be ball 4, and so that will walk across another run.
Yeah, baby, you can get that back one. You gotta get home first.
No, she told me where.
So for Menifee County, number 10, Allison King.
So Allison King, the second baseman, up now for Menifee County. She's 1 for 1 on the afternoon. She singled to center field, picked up an RBI as she gets another hit towards second and gets it over to Henderson, and that is going to put it away. That's exactly what they needed right there. So James to Henderson on the ground out because with Wes Carter, had the base. Menifee had the bases loaded. And but only holding Menifee County to that 1 run in that inning, it's what they needed at this time period. So 1 run off of 2 hits, no errors, and 3 left on base for the Wildcats. And so coming up to bat now for the Lady Comets is going to be the 6, 7, and 8 batters in Lambert, Atkins, and Henderson. So we'll be back here momentarily. You're watching 16th Region softball action live here on the Mantis Sports Media Network. 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com. The Drive-In has the food to get your day started the right way. From delicious donuts and hot coffee to mouth-watering burgers and a cold marshmallow Coke, made from natural and locally sourced ingredients. Be sure to keep an eye out for our food truck coming to a town near you. And don't forget that the sun is always out at Beach Buns Tanning. With locations at Olive Hill, Grayson, Moorhead, and Mount Sterling, we have the tanning options and lotions to give you that sun-kissed look all year round. Be sure to check us out on Facebook. Beach Buns Tanning and the Drive-In are proud supporters of local high school sports. The next time you are in Mount Sterling, take the short drive out to Cecilia's Country Market at 4100 Maysville Road for some good home cooking, one of the area's best breakfasts, and daily lunch specials, all at affordable prices. Competitive gas and diesel prices, with the little items we all need every day, all in one place. Open from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m., That's Cecilia's Country Market, 4100 Maysville Road, Mount Sterling, Kentucky, right next to the world-famous Judy Drive-In. And we're heading into the bottom of the second inning where West Carter coming up to bat, down 5 runs here to the Menifee County Wildcats.
That's a shot.
Nice rope
Down
shot
left
there.
field line.
Juggles it, so she's going to be heading on to second, and so she's picked herself up a nice double here. Way to start things off here for the Lady Comets.
I thought that was out of here, Jeff.
I'll tell you, it was a nice hit.
Yes, it was. Best one we've seen tonight.
Next up for Lady Comets, number 12, Kaylee Atkins.
So Kenley Atkins up to bat, her first at bat here in the second game of the doubleheader. Of course, if you're just tuning in with us, West Carter won 20-5 in the opening game. And the first pitch here by Smith to Atkins is going to be called strike. Of course, Smith's only thrown 13 pitches so far, and that one's going to be a pass ball, and so Lambert's going to try to take it in. She slides safely into second. So it's a 1-1 count here to Atkins as we now have, of course, we had a runner in scoring position, but now right down at third base, so any hit to the outfield should score Lambert.
Yeah.
And that's going to be 2-1 here to Atkins. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and that is nicely hit over toward the right field, and that's going to score 1 for Wes. Atkins trips over the first baseline, but that, you know, she'll take the hit any day of the week on there.
Heck yeah.
So Atkins gets an RBI single.
Stepping in for West Carter, number 21, Emily Henderson.
So the senior Emily Henderson up to bat now for the Lady Comets. As they're going to pull Atkins off the bases, and they're going to bring in Lainey Reynolds to run for her. So nobody out here. It's 5-1. Menifee County on top with the senior Emily Henderson up to the plate. And that one's low down in the zone, so it'll be 1 ball, no strikes. And that one bounces off the plate, and
advancing.
Reynolds makes it safely in the second.
Good job throwing down, Bayley.
As that should be 2-0 to Henderson. That's going to be in the dirt.
No strike.
So 3-0 here to Henderson. So she's in the driver's seat right now.
There we go, chopper.
It's a short. Take a look, try to get the runner at first, and they get that, but that advances the runner over toward third. So only 1 away for the Comets.
Carter number 10, Jordan Porter.
So Jordan Porter, the right fielder, up to bat for the Lady Comets.
There's a shot.
Nice. If that stays in fair,
It
that's
does.
about 2.5 feet in, and that's going to score another one for the Lady Comets. Porter going to be heading into second, so nice shot.
I believe that was the farthest so far, Jeff. That was almost out of here.
I know. I was glad to see that one was in play because it started curving out that way, and I was like, oh no, please. But she gets another run on the board for the Lady Comet, so it is 5-2. And first pitch here to James toward short. And they're going to call her out at first, and so that's going to be 2 away for the Comets. But once again, that advances the runner over toward third.
That was close there.
Yep, it was. You can always tell when the umpire enunciates it or really makes it known that it was a close call. It's what we always call in the business selling the call.
Yep.
Brandy McGlone.
So Brandy McGlone up to bat. She's 0 for 1 on the day. She grounded out to second in the first inning. Comets got 2 away. Runner, and there's a hit towards short, and they're going to test her out one more time again. But this time she beats the throw, and that puts another run on the board. They've been testing Rogers quite a bit here this afternoon, and this time they finally got the advantage of her on there and beat out one of her throws. She's been pretty deadly from that shortstop position.
Now batting for Lady Comets, number 15.
So the pitcher, Cameron Burton.
Pitcher versus pitcher.
And, of course, Cameron Burton, Brandon Burton's daughter.
Yes.
As she makes a nice shot, and she gets herself a single as she gets it. Rogers diving for that. Makes a good play, but McGlone was pretty much already there at second base.
Yeah, talk about Brandon Burton. He has an excellent auto place there. Anytime I need tires, that's where I go.
He is. I know he's the man that I always contact and everything else for just about anything I need with cars. And so McGlone going to try to go in, and she slides safely as the call was strike one into Emma McGlone. McGlone is Brandy McGlone, I should say, since we got 2 McGlones. She's definitely got some speed on her this afternoon. As Burton stayed at first, so we've got runners on the corners.
Down.
That's going to be in the dirt, and McGlone's going to be heading on. And she makes it safely in as the ball is dropped, and Burton makes it into second. So as that should be, I believe, a 1-1 count here to Emma McGlone.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, that was a pass ball, so Brandy McGlone makes it in. Try to get all of our McGlones straight out here. She makes it in safely in and makes it a 1-run game now. It's 5-4 with Wes Carter still just trailing by 1.
Go.
Nice hit there as they try to test out again, and she has got it in there, and she has made it safe. So, like I said, they've been testing out Rogers all afternoon,
yes, they have.
And so far Rogers has had kind of the advantage of them, but coming up here in this inning, they've really kind of stepped it up a little bit.
Coming to the plate for Lady Comets, the catcher, number 11, Trinity Salmon.
So Trinity Salmon's up to bat for the Comets. She's 0 for 1 on the afternoon. Typically a .356 hitter. That's first pitch into her. That's going to be fouled off. So 0-1 the count here to Salmons. Now Smith has given up 4 runs in this inning. And McGlone, that's Emma McGlone, gets over to first after the ball. So McGlone picks herself up a stolen base here this afternoon. So that's going to put runners there on second and third. And there's a shot down the first base line, and that is going to be it. But the damage has been done by the Lady Comets, as that one, Jones goes over to pick that one up in foul territory. And so that's going to be 4 runs off of 6 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base for the Lady Comets. And so coming up for the Menifee County Wildcats is going to be the 7, 8, and 9 hitter in Banks, Jones, and Hamilton. And be sure to stay with us as we have a post-game interview, as Justin Tackett's going to be interviewing Coach Zach Stevens here today, and try to, with our first softball interview, especially, it's going to be a good night for him, especially picking up a win. And, of course, I'm sure he'll be rubbing that head just a little bit.
Oh, yeah, freshly cut.
Yeah, but it's going to be one of those that it's like, got to take care of business with that later on.
Yep.
So we'll be back here momentarily. You're watching 16th Region Softball action live here on the Manta Sports Media Network. To look your best on game day or on any other day, head to Stylish Stitches at 115 Mill Street in Olive Hill for all your high school, collegiate, and custom apparel needs. They are also the place for custom gifts and embroidery. And when you need to refuel, head to Henry's at 530 Tom T. Hall Boulevard. Whether it's Taco Tuesday, Fish Fry Friday, or juicy steaks and burgers any other day of the week, Henry's is there for the area's best food, drinks, and entertainment. Be sure to check us out on Facebook for specials or to order online. Stylish Stitches and Henry's are proud supporters of local high school sports. The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney. And back here at West Carter High School, where Menifee County just dropped one earlier on today, but a little bit of rotating around of positions. Emma McGlone is back on the mound for the Lady Comets as there's a shot.
There we go. Good grab by Burton.
Yeah, Cameron Burton coming off the mound and gets the first out on a nice little pop-up there by Banks. And so that's going to be one away here for the Wildcats in the top of the third inning. As we were talking earlier, softball really not involved in on the pitch counts on there. Of course, she had 80-some pitches in the first game. But, that's not bad for a pitcher.
No, it's not.
Thinking baseball, that's only about a 2-day rest or something like that.
That one slipped there.
Yep. As it does get a little bit cooler, the balls do make a little bit of a difference out there.
They do.
And, not that I think there was any rain or anything. I've seen a few drops or something of, moisture, just on the equipment there. So, as it's now 3-0 here to Jones, the first baseman. And that's going to miss just barely inside for ball 4. And so Jones walks on 4 straight pitches. Or, excuse me, it wasn't 4 straight pitches. She had a strike in there as well.
Now batting right fielder, 00, Kenzie Hamilton.
Go, Mackenzie!
And that first one's going to be a little bit low, and they're going to try to advance the runner onto second, but Salmon's going to hold her there at second. So 1-0 is the count here to Hamilton. It's going to be high up in the zone, ball 2. Of course, one thing I forgot to ask if this is going to be a 5 or a 7 game inning, or inning game, as it's 3-0 here to Hamilton. I'm sure probably after that, of course, it depends on if the Comets light up the bats again like they did in that first game, because, we only made it to 4 innings then.
There we go.
Nice little curveball there. Brings it right across the corner of the plate, and so it's going to be 3-1. There's a hit down the first base line, goes foul. So full count now here to Hamilton. As it's 3 balls, 2 strikes.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Just 1 out for the Wildcats here. Runner on second base.
Strike, strike.
And that's going to be drop strikeout, but ends up giving herself up on there. That is one of those rules that you do have, is that if you start heading back, you gave yourself up because strike 3, the runner can try to advance down to first base.
Mm-hmm.
Still counts as a strikeout, though.
Yeah, it does. It's strange. Same thing in baseball.
As that one's going to be fouled up and into the netting, so it'll be 0-1.
We got our first lefty I've seen tonight.
I think so. Number 26, Rogers. As that's going to just barely miss, so 1-1. Usually you don't see a whole lot of lefties, you know, pitchers or batters that's out there. They're almost a premium, you know, if you can get one. It throws off the infield a little bit, and especially if they can end up pulling that, if they can push it, they'll really throw them off, because you can see the shift is on just a little bit. They're leaving that third base line open down the way. They've got Atkins over a little bit, as that one's going to be low, so 3-1.
3 balls, 1 strike.
As Rogers is 0 for 1 today. She was hit by a pitch in the first inning and popped out to short in the second. She does have a run and a stolen base.
Strike.
And that's going to bring up a full count again here. That's always something, too, you know, if you're a pitcher, you know, if you keep on going deep into the counts, you know, it starts weighing heavy on your mind after a while. As that one hit to the gap there, and that should score 1 for Menifee County, as they get Jones across the plate. So Rogers gets the single up the gap into right shallow field.
That was a nice little shot there.
It was. You know, had some velocity on it.
Runners advancing.
And they're going to try for the throw out, but not in time, so. So it's the 1-0 count here to Ledford. She's 1 for 1 on the afternoon. And that one's fouled off into the net, evens up the count, 1 apiece. So West Carter needing to get that third out here this afternoon. Nice hit straight back up the middle. That's going to score 1 on the single there by Ledford. Of course, dangerous shot right back up the middle.
Yep, right at the pitcher. I could have swore she had a piece of her glove. She tried to get it. McGlone did.
A lot of times, when it hits that shot straight up to you, all you can do is react. As that one's going to be in the dirt, ball 1. Meadows, no official at bats today. He's been hit by a pitch twice.
Yeah.
Kind of a common theme amongst both teams here. As that one's going to miss just low, so 2-0. As in that first game, I think Kenley Atkins had a couple hit by pitch. Chloe Lambert had a few of them. As
runners advancing.
Pass ball. Count bumps up to 3-0. And that one just misses, so runners will be at first and second. And that's going to be bringing up now the pitcher, number 9, Smith.
Next up for Lady Cats.
She's 2 for 2 today with 2 RBIs, a run, and a stolen base. So, of course, once you really get specializing in on certain positions, usually you don't expect much hitting from your pitcher. But here at the high school level, your pitcher a lot of times is your best hitter.
It's high.
So 1-1. Well, you look at the baseball with Trevor Callahan. I mean,
Yeah, oh gosh.
I mean, he actually, I checked the stats the other day, and he's number 1 in the state in pitching with a.
Wow.
He's only given up 1 run, but it wasn't earned.
Wow.
So his ERA is still 0.00. I think off of about 29 innings pitched, and he has moved up to the top ranking in pitchers in Kentucky.
Wow, that's great. Like I said, Trevor's such a great kid too.
Nice hit.
Oh, that's a shot.
Atkins.
There we go. Nice
gets it.
snag.
And so that's the 3rd out of the inning. So Atkins ends up catching the Smith fly out as she was right underneath it. Had confidence and didn't let up, because a lot of times we were talking about that. It's those fine adjustments a lot of times that you make that is detrimental. It's like you start thinking about it, and it's like, don't even move in a step, move back a step, and then usually that's when it goes over your head or it falls right in front of you and you're diving.
Judge.
So that's going to be 2 runs off of 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base by the Wildcats heading into the bottom of the 3rd inning. It'll be the 6, 7, and 8 batters for the Lady Comets. Lambert will be leading off. And so our score is Menifee County 7, West Carter 4. Both of them has 7 hits on the afternoon. And so as the Menifee County takes the field again, we'll be back here momentarily. You're watching 16th Region Softball action live here on the Manta Sports Media Network. Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com. The drive-in has the food to get your day started the right way. From delicious donuts and hot coffee to mouth-watering burgers and a cold marshmallow Coke, made from natural and locally sourced ingredients. Be sure to keep an eye out for our food truck coming to a town near you. And don't forget that the sun is always out at Beach Buns Tanning. With locations at Olive Hill, Grayson, Moorhead, and Mount Sterling, we have the tanning options and lotions to give you that sun-kissed look all year round. Be sure to check us out on Facebook. Beach Buns Tanning and the Drive-In are proud supporters of local high school sports. And we're back here at West Carter, so heading into the top of the should be the top of the 4th inning here. Or excuse me, it's the bottom of the 3rd. Bottom of the 3rd inning, Chloe Lambert up to bat now for the Lady Comets. She's 1 for 1 today. She got that good double.
Well, that's a good cut right there. She missed it.
Yep. Well, she hit that fantastic to the wall double there earlier on. And so she's feeling it here tonight. Don't want to pull that reference from The Office out there.
Yeah.
That's going to be high up in the zone. So 1-1 here to Chloe Lambert. As equipment malfunction here, getting the catcher's leg guard back snapped in place. It's always one glad thing I had when I catched for Church League softball, we didn't have to crouch down or anything else. They just said, hey, let it drop and I'll judge where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie Graham.
Charlie Graham.
Yeah, he a long-time umpire over there for the city leagues and church leagues. And
he's an awesome dude, too. He refs our JFL.
That one's going to be called strike 2-2. Yeah. Charlie and myself, we go back a long way. Actually, I remember when he was starting to get into high school baseball and softball. It was when I was getting out, and actually I sold him all my equipment.
Oh, yeah. Tell you what, that umpire equipment's expensive.
It is. I mean, you know, once you get into it, I mean, you know, especially, you know, if you get like the top-notch stuff, you know, it makes I mean, you know, you can look at it, you know, $200-300 getting started in, as that's going to be ball 4, and leadoff batter walks down to first base, and that's going to be bringing up Kenley Atkins, the left fielder. But yeah, baseball is one of the most expensive sports to get into, or softball, just for the protective gear.
Yep.
You know, one thing I didn't buy, probably should have, and was the protective shoe guards.
Oh yeah.
As that one's high up in the zone, ball 1. Because I mean, you could easily spend $100 just on shoes, with the metal plating on it and everything else. I guess I took a chance with my feet and everything else. Fun experience, and I mean, they always need more officials and everything all the time. And so, I mean, if you're interested in that, contact, if you're out here at a ball game or something like that, talk to the officials. They'll be glad to get you in contact with the assigning secretary.
Lord,
and I mean, and it's good money too. I mean, for what you do, and especially if it's a game that you love, they always say if you do something that you love, you never work a day in your life.
Exactly.
And I mean, and we've got a lot of officials around here that is, officiated, 20, 30 years. That one swung on and missed, and so Atkins falls down 1-2 in the count. Actually, before I started doing this, I was a volleyball official, probably about, that's going to be called strike 3 as Atkins looks at that one, goes down watching. So that'll be one away here for the Comets. And that's going to be bringing up the senior, number 21, Emily Henderson. And, it was a good experience. I enjoyed officiating. It gives you a chance to get back to the sport that you love. Makes you feel young at heart, too, a lot of times.
Yeah.
And, of course, if you're looking at, wanting to increase up, if you have low blood pressure, that's a good way to increase that up as well. There's the 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Strike 2, but that's going to send Lambert on to second base.
Go, Bell, you're up.
Yeah, because I've been about around the whole horn of almost all the sports. I started off in basketball in the year 2000. Waited until about 2003, 2004. Did baseball. Did football for a year, and then I specialized in volleyball after that. Nice hit over top the second baseman's head, and that's going to fall in, and that will end up scoring a run here for West Carter as Henderson gets a single RBI. And that's going to be bringing up Porter, the right fielder. So that gets the Comets a little bit closer there to the Wildcats as it is now 7-5. And we'll get our scoreboard up.
There we go. Shot.
Nice shot. Second baseman can't hold on to that, so that is going to be a single there for Porter. And sorry, we had the camera view blocked off there for a little bit with the lineup. But now we got the scoreboard up and running.
Now batting for the Lady Comets, the leadoff hitter, second baseman, Kaylee James.
So Kaylee James up to bat now for the Lady Comets. She's 0 for 2 today, grounded out to second and to short in the first and second innings. That one's going to be in the dirt, ball 1. So leg guard's popping off again.
There, so you got tangled. There you go. Yeah.
That's a dedicated pitcher right there
Yes,
coming
it
in
is.
to help out the catcher with the gear.
She knows how to work her catcher gear. There you go.
Which the pitcher caught the first game.
She did. Well, you know, that gives her a vantage
Yeah, it
point
does.
from both angles.
Yeah, and she knows how to wear that gear, I bet.
Oh, absolutely. Knows all the adjustments and everything else to it. I know when umpiring, that was always the worst thing, is all of a sudden something either too tight or too loose.
There we go.
So that one's in the dirt, 2-0.
2 balls, no strikes.
You got it, Sissy. Go, Belle. Get this batter.
So Kaylee James, 2 balls, no strikes.
Girls, be down and ready.
Smith here from the circle. That's high up in the zone, so 3-0. Of course, I don't think there'll ever hardly be a pitcher like Montana Fouts
No.
that's come around from this area.
No, you've been watching her any at the SEC?
Oh, absolutely.
Man.
She's picked up the strikeout record for in the SEC as that walks the bases loaded here for Wes Carter. Only one out here in the bottom of the third. But yeah, she picked up the strikeout record, and then I think she was also MVP.
Yep, she's killing it.
And that was another one. She pitched just about every single game of that tournament.
Oh, yeah. She did in high school, too.
Oh, she did. Well, she was almost unstoppable in high school. There's a little hit toward third base that's outside of her reach, and so that's going to score one as Henderson comes in off of that single by McGlone. And that's Brandy McGlone, by the way.
Reminds me back when I played football, Jeff. We had 3 round ravens.
Yep, you had Hard Rock. You had to end up calling them all different names.
Yeah, Woodchuck, Hard Rock, and Big Sexy.
There you go. I tell you, the names we all come up for. Of course, you know that's how I got the name Mantis. It was, because that one's fouled into the net. But that was, how I came up with the name for this thing. Was, I was always known as the Mantis, and I can, thank. Of course, when I played freshman basketball, I remember Tony Bond called me Magic for a while.
Magic.
I was Magic, and then I started running cross country a little bit and kind of picked up a loose arm running style to try to conserve energy, and they said I ran like a mantis.
Mantis.
And so I remember it was one of the few times that Grady Lowe actually called one of us by a nickname.
Wow.
Because, usually he was pretty good about
Go, Bill. Go to what you know.
calling us by our names. He didn't get into the nicknames too much, but I remember one time I think I took a charge or something like that or made a block shot, and he's like, Mantis! And I'll never forget that. As it's now 2-1 here to Cameron Burton. She's 2 for 2 today. She doubled down the left field line and then got a single to short in her last at bat in the second inning. Of course, Comet's only down by 1 run here in the bottom of the third inning. That's going to be swung on and missed, so it's going to be 2 balls, 2 strikes. Of course, the Lady Comet still with bases loaded. Contact here, even if it's sac fly to the outfield or something like that, got to swing away at this one.
Yep.
Unless it's too high like that, then you don't want to do that.
No.
So 3 balls, 2 strikes, and now decision time comes down.
Go, Bill.
Because Smith's not going to want to walk the tying run
No.
across the plate. But that's exactly what happens, and so Wes Carter has now got this ball game tied up 7 apiece. As I do think there is a little bit of a sprinkle in the air. That wasn't calling for any rain or anything, but I don't know if it's maybe someone's spitting at me behind me. I don't know.
There's the shot.
Nice contact there made by Emma McGlone as that one hits the gap, and that's going to score 2. And Burton makes it safely over to third, and so good shot there by McGlone to pick up a 2-run single.
Go, Malia. You got to hustle on that one.
Stepping in for West Carter, number 11, Trinity Salmon.
So Trinity Salmon's now up to the bat for West Carter.
A little chopper.
Yeah, that
Foul.
one's going to roll foul. As Emma McGlone razzing Trinity just a little bit. As our score is now 9-7, West Carter with the lead. And that one's nicely hit over top. Good pull hit there, or push, I should say.
Get it in.
And so that advances McGlone over toward third, and Burton will end up scoring.
Stepping in play for Lady Comets, number 23, Chloe Lambert.
So Chloe Lambert up to bat now for the Lady Comets. She's 1 for 1 on the afternoon,
That was
and
a good shot.
right up the gap, and so that will score 1. Hardly give me enough time to keep stats up there. But if you're a West Carter fan, that is a good thing.
Yep.
Now batting for West Carter, number 44.
If you're-
Like the first game, their bats are starting to get hot, Jeff.
It is. That third inning is what is doing it for the Lady Comets. As we do have a sub in now. This is Lainey Reynolds up to bat. She's batting in for Atkins. She has a pinched hit or pinch run a few times. As that one's going to be in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. So the Comets with 7 runs already this inning, and Reynolds is the 11th batter of the inning. Still with only 1 out. Does a little fancy move on that one, and that is going to score Salmons from third, and Lambert will go over to third herself. So pass ball scores another for the Lady Comets, and Lambert is over at third. And that's going to be high up. 3 balls, 1 strike here to Lainey Reynolds. Of course, in theory, West could end it here in this inning.
They could.
As that's going to be high up, and they'll put runners on the corners as Lainey Reynolds ends up walking down toward first. So runners on the corner, and you got the senior, number 21, Emily Henderson, up to bat. She's 1 for 2 today. She grounded to short in the second inning, and then earlier in this inning, she singled to right center, had a nice shot there, picked up an RBI, and she's also got a run here on the afternoon as well. That's going to be swung on and missed, but that will advance on Reynolds on to second base. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and that one's going to be in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike.
A little bit there.
Of course, you can tell the catcher's a little bit frustrated with right leg guard.
There we go.
Hit
Good shot.
That's toward second base. That will score 1.
Good job, Chloe.
So she gets the hit to King. King goes and gets the easy out at first, or the easiest out, I should say. Lambert ends up scoring, and Reynolds heads over toward third base. As it's 1-0's the count. Here to Porter. Fouls that one off, so 1 ball, 1 strike. Porter's 2 for 2 today. She got a double in the second inning and then a single earlier on this inning. And almost all the Lady Comets have just about got a run here this afternoon, as that one passed ball, but they're going to hold Reynolds there at third. Because right now the only Lady Comets without runs this afternoon is Salmons and then Reynolds.
Wow.
It's only 1 starter left to score here.
Oh,
there's a little bit of a chopper towards short. And drop ball. And so that's going to score another one for Wes Carter as Reynolds gets that in. Of course, there's 2 away for the Lady Comets. But that is the 14th run that makes it over.
Next up for Wes Carter, second baseman Kaylee James.
So back up to the top of the lineup once again for the Lady Comets, as this is the 14th batter this inning.
Wow.
They've scored 10 runs.
There we go.
Shot toward short. They're going to try to get her, but a little bit of a stutter step there, I think, kind of cost her in the end. And so damage definitely done on that one.
Gosh.
As Rogers, they once again trying her out here, but ends up getting the third out. So that is going to be a 10-run inning for the Lady Comets. 10 runs off of 7 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base for the Lady Comets. And so we'll come back here momentarily, and this time when we come back, we'll try to keep the lineups off the screen. I do apologize for that a little bit earlier. Sometimes I'm looking at a stat sheet, and I have to go back and forth sometimes, and I see all of a sudden it's like, oh, there's a lineup right there. That shouldn't be there. But we'll be back here momentarily. You're watching 16th Region softball action here live on the Manta Sports Media Network. Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com. The Drive-In has the food to get your day started the right way. From delicious donuts and hot coffee to mouth-watering burgers and a cold marshmallow Coke, made from natural and locally sourced ingredients. Be sure to keep an eye out for our food truck coming to a town near you. And don't forget that the sun is always out at Beach Buns Tanning. With locations at Olive Hill, Grayson, Moorhead, and Mount Sterling, we have the tanning options and lotions to give you that sun-kissed look all year round. Be sure to check us out on Facebook. Beach Buns Tanning and the Drive-In are proud supporters of local high school sports. As we're back here at Wes Carter, and we'll get the lineup off there, and coming up to bat for the Menifee County Wildcats, we'll have Eversole, King, and Banks. And so the damage has been done there by the Lady Comets in that bottom of the third inning, and so we'll see how they react here. As first pitch by McGlone's high up, and that's going to be a ball. Eversole's had 2 walks here on the afternoon. She does have an RBI, walking in run from there. I always thought that was kind of funny. It's runs batted in, but, if you walk
one in, you get an RBI.
I know. I guess that's what makes baseball and softball fair.
Yeah.
Even though if you're not too much into the sport and everything, you're like, well, how'd they get an RBI? They didn't even swing the bat. And
Baseball's got the best best stats, baseball and softball.
Oh, and the great thing about it is that, where the game is a little bit slower, you can go through and take a look at that.
And they got so many stats, too.
Oh, yeah, when you get into slugging percentages and on-base percentages and
OPS, everything.
Oh, yeah, it is just, unreal, because a lot of times I take a look at it and it's like, okay, now what's the, I'm trying to follow down the lines of what's coming down because actually some of the software I have actually has that information on there as well. Spent a little bit of time trying to get the stats for this afternoon because sometimes it's a little bit hard when you have home and away games, and I keep the home game stats for the broadcast here, but the away games you don't get that same thing, and you just kind of have to fill in the blanks as you get there. As that's a good swing and a miss there by King. She's 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Had a single in the first inning and then grounded out in the second. That's going to be fouled off, so King falls down early in the count, 0-2. That's McGlone's 35th pitch, 20 balls, 15 strikes. She's about 100 and I think 110, 120, almost 120 pitches on the afternoon. And as we mentioned, that in baseball would be about a 5-day rest.
Yes.
And that's going to be low, so 2 balls, 2 strikes here to King. It was told this is scheduled for 7 innings. That's going
Runners
to be
advancing.
Yep, they're going to let her go on as the count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes here to King. That's one thing about softball, too. It's almost the same thing as softball and volleyball. You hear a lot of chants.
Yep.
As that one's fouled off and thuds off the home dugout. That's one thing. Usually I'm not too afraid to park over around here. The parking lot is out in right field.
Yeah.
And like I said, as we were talking about earlier, there's not too many left-handed batters. That's going to be popped up and in the netting, so keeps herself alive. And, of course, the netting here, I think they said it's over 30 feet or about 30 feet tall. If
wow.
20 to 30 feet on there, and they're still amazed that the balls still come over there.
Yeah.
And that one's going to be in the dirt, and that'll walk King. So there'll be runners on first and second for the Wildcats.
Next up for Menifee County, number 29. Emily Banks.
So Emily Banks, the left fielder, up now for Menifee County. She's 1 for 2 on the afternoon with a single and then popped out to short. Also has an RBI and a stolen base as that one's fouled down the third base line. I think my headset, I kept on hearing a little bit of a buzz there, and I think I finally figured out what it was. It's our mobile network, as that pass ball is going to advance the runners on to second and third. As it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Of course, usually, I've gotten very familiar with the sound of mobile devices near electronics, as that one's popped up. And a good backup there by Burton.
Yep.
Lambert was on her way back, and
Burton called her off, and she got it.
Yep, and so that's going to be 1 away here for the Lady Comets here in the 4th.
Number 31, Gabby Jones.
So Jones up to bat now for Menifee County. She's 0 for 1 today. She popped out to short and then walked in the 3rd inning. Did make them pay on that one. She's got a run here this afternoon. And As that one's in the dirt, and there's going to be a play at home, and that's going to be safe. So that was a ball, ended up being a pass ball, and that scores 1 for Menifee County. So Eversole comes in, and King advances over to third base. Still one away
There
as
we
that's
go.
swung on a miss. Scoreboard has it as 2 balls and 1 strike. So we'll go with that.
There we go. Swinging strike.
2 and 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Scoreboard had it right.
Yeah, I learned a long time ago. You can't trust that scoreboard when you come to baseball or softball.
Well, it's one of those things that, I mean, even as an umpire.
There we go.
Beautiful pitch down there for second out as McGlone picks up another strikeout here this afternoon. I think between the 2 games, that is like her 3rd or 4th strikeout.
Good.
For Menifee County, 0-0, Kenzie Hamilton.
So Hamilton now up to bat with 2 away here in the top of the 4th. First pitch kind of slipped out of the hand there and rolled in the dirt for a ball 1. That's going to be high up in the zone, ball 2. Of course, you never want to count your chickens before they hatch or anything, but, you know, with coming into the 4th inning, you know, all the Comets really need is 4 runs in that inning. So, I mean, McGlone wants to try to put this one away as quickly as what she can. But 3 straight balls to Hamilton. Hamilton, one of McGlone's victims a little bit earlier in that 3rd inning.
Strike.
And that one's going to be called strike 1, so 3 and 1 here to Hamilton. That's going to be low and ball 4. So I'll put runners on the corners. As Rogers, the leadoff hitter, is now coming up to the plate. 1 for 2 on the afternoon. She was hit by a pitch in the 1st inning, popped out to short in the 2nd, and then had a single in the 3rd inning. She's got 2 runs on the afternoon. As there's a hit toward short, and that's going to end up scoring 1 here for Menifee. So that one just kind of bounced right off the glove there of Burton. And so that's going to be bringing up the second batter, or the number 2 batter, Ledford. And she's 2 for 2 on the afternoon. As there's a hit toward second. Try to get the 3rd out, gets it over to Henderson, and that is going to be it. So they stop the bleeding there as that's a ground out for James to Henderson for the out. And so that is 2 runs off of 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on base for the Wildcats. So the Comets will need 5 runs in this inning, which they can very easily do. They got 10 in that 3rd. So we're heading into the bottom of the 4th inning. Our score is West Carter 14, Menifee County 9. So we'll be back here momentarily on the 16th Region softball action live on the Mantis Sports Media Network. Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com. The drive-in has the food to get your day started the right way, from delicious donuts and hot coffee to mouth-watering burgers and a cold marshmallow Coke, made from natural and locally sourced ingredients. Be sure to keep an eye out for our food truck coming to a town near you. And don't forget that the sun is always out at Beach Buns Tanning. With locations at Olive Hill, Grayson, Moorhead, and Mount Sterling, we have the tanning options and lotions to give you that sun-kissed look all year round. Be sure to check us out on Facebook. Beach Buns Tanning and the Drive-In are proud supporters of local high school sports. The next time you're in Mount Sterling, take the short drive out to Cecilia's Country Market at 4100 Maysville Road for some good home cooking, one of the area's best breakfasts, and daily lunch specials, all at affordable prices. Competitive gas and diesel prices, with the little items we all need every day, all in one place. Open from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. That's Cecilia's Country Market, 4100 Maysville Road, Mount Sterling, Kentucky, right next to the world-famous Judy Drive-In. And we're back here at West Carter Middle School, where West Carter currently leads 14-9. Coming into this second game of the doubleheader. Of course, if you're just joining us, West Carter defeated Menifee County in game one of the doubleheader 20-5. And they're looking at hopefully going 2 games because that was the first win for West Carter varsity this season. And they're hoping to go 2-0 here today, and which right now it looks like it. Of course, they can, in theory, put this one away here in this inning if their bats still stays alive. So Brandon McGlone, the number 2 batter, first here of the innings, up to the plate. She's 2 for 3 on the afternoon with 2 singles, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs. As first pitch to hers down in the dirt, ball 1. Of course, the fan base has kind of dwindled down as time has went on. The bleachers were full.
Oh gosh, it was full. People were standing. Now there's just a few.
Of course, once you get on a second game, hopefully they're watching us on here on the Manta Sports Media Network. But of course, there is school tomorrow, and as we mentioned, field day for the kids for a job well done. Has felt another. Either there's a little sprinkle or something, as that is a good hit there, and that is at the fence.
Wow.
And so McGlone, she may be trying, they're going to hold her up at third.
That was right at dead center, Jeff.
Oh, it was.
Out.
If that was probably about 30 feet in any direction, that would have been a home run. And she's got one this year. She picked up, a grand slam over this last weekend. And called Cameron Burton Jody. As it's ball 1 to her, of course. I'm pretty sure that's her dad up there doing the announcing.
Wow.
Nice hit, but that one goes foul, so count will go to 1-1. Of course, that's always the one thing when you're dealing with sports, like baseball, softball, volleyball, I guess you can say your non-profit sports.
Yeah.
Usually it's family members and everybody else trying to keep the show going. As that one's fouled into the netting here, so it's going to be 1-2. So even if if you're ever interested in sports and everything, and want to support your local high school, and that
she's in.
That's going to bring in another run here for the Lady Comets. Get our hits right here, so that's going to be 2-2 count. 2 here, Burton. But on the pass ball, that's going to bring in McGlone in from third base. So they only need 4 more runs this inning. Nice hit.
Shot.
And that's down in the left field, so she'll end up just with a single there, but that was a nice hit there. Banks able to make a good move to try to keep it in play. And so now that's going to be bringing up the pitcher, Emma McGlone. And as we kind of mentioned before, the pitcher being the best batter right now. She got hit by a pitch in the first inning, and then she's got 2 singles with 2 RBIs and a run.
Whoa.
As that's a shot on the ground, and that is through the hole there right at King. And so that is a nice single there. So now she is 3 for 3 on the afternoon.
Nice job, Allie.
Here comes our catcher.
Yep. Getting ready here for Salmons. You know, we mentioned earlier about the Lady Comets scoring and everything else. Everybody now has at least 1 run.
That's awesome.
I don't know if Moore's here, or I'm not sure about Mays. She's on the roster on the website, as that one's popped up and down the first base line, and that's going to be 1 away here for the Lady Comets. As that was one of those that she was trying to make that decision, and she just about overplayed it.
Yep.
But she made a good recovery to get that foul ball, and so that's 1 away here for the Comets. And Chloe Lambert, the third baseman, up to bat now for the Lady Comets here.
She's had a good night, too.
Yeah, she's 2 for 2. She had a double at a left center. And then had a walk in the 3rd inning and also a single in the 3rd inning. So she's got a double, a single, a walk, an RBI, and also 3 runs on the afternoon. As that one down, and that's going to advance the runners to 2nd and 3rd. So it's going to be 2-0 the count here to Lambert. So 2 runners in scoring position for the Lady Comets.
There we go.
Hit toward short. That will score 1, and that will be the 2nd out here for the Lady Comets, but that puts 1 across the plate. And so now Lainey Reynolds up to bat here for the Lady Comets. As first pitch to her is going to be a ball.
In the box for the Lady Comets, number 44, Lainey Reynolds.
So 2 away. Here Reynolds steps up. She walked in the 3rd inning, but also got a run. This time she gets a hit towards short. And that will be in time, and so that will be it for the Comets. So they can't finish things out this inning, so we'll go at least 1 more as they hit up to Rogers. And I think Rogers has pretty much had their number most of the night. They've gotten some by her,
Right.
but they've been testing her quite a bit in that shortstop position. So as we head into the top of the 5th inning, it's going to be the 3, 4, and 5 batters in Meadow, Smith, and Eversole for the Menifee County Wildcats. Your score is West Carter 16, Menifee County 9. And so we'll take a brief break here, and we'll come back here momentarily. You're watching 16th Region Softball action live here on the Mantis Sports Media Network. To look your best on game day or on any other day, head to Stylish Stitches at 115 Mill Street in Olive Hill for all your high school, collegiate, and custom apparel needs. They are also the place for custom gifts and embroidery. And when you need to refuel, head to Henry's at 530 Tom T. Hall Boulevard. Whether it's Taco Tuesday, Fish Fry Friday, or juicy steaks and burgers any other day of the week, Henry's is there for the area's best food, drinks, and entertainment. Be sure to check us out on Facebook for specials or to order online. Stylish Stitches and Henry's are proud supporters of local high school sports. The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 110,000 participants here in Kentucky who take part in high school sports.
And we're back here where it's a 1-0 count here to Meadows. She's been hit by a pitch twice today, walked in the third inning, and now the count is 2 balls and no strikes. McGlone's thrown 53 pitches in this game, 33 balls, 25 strikes. Of course, I know West Carter would love to get this game finished up in this inning.
Lord, yes.
There's a hit towards second, and that's going to bounce off the glove there of James, and Meadows ends up with a single here this afternoon. So 1 on, nobody out here for the pitcher here, Smith. Bella Smith, she's 2 for 3 on the afternoon with 2 RBIs, a run, and a stolen base. As first one on her is going to be a little bit low, ball 1. Yeah, so 2 singles on the afternoon, and then she flied out to left in the third inning. It's going to be high up in the zone once again, so 2 balls and no strikes. Of course, it's been a busy day here on the campuses of West Carter, and of course, traveling baseball as well, as that one's nicely hit, and they turn 1, and they get just 1 on there, but that
was close.
It was close. That was probably about one of the closest I've seen to a 6-4-3 double play.
Yeah.
Now batting the second baseman, number 17, Malia Eversole.
So Eversole up to the plate now. So 1 out here for the Wildcats in the top of the 5th inning. 1 away, and first pitch called ball. That's going to be ball 2. So 2-0 here to Eversole. Of course, she's got 3 walks underneath her belt here this afternoon. It's hard to tell if that's respect.
Yeah. Runners advance second, pass ball.
And time to clean off the home plate. I'll still never forget Leslie Nielsen in the Naked Gun movie when he was the home plate umpire and broke out the Hoover after a while.
He did. Those are good movies.
They don't make them like they used to.
No.
As that one
There we go.
right in there, strike 1.
Right down the middle. I had some velocity on it there.
You can tell during her warm-up pitches that she had in this inning that she was putting it out there quite a bit. Of course, that's going to be a walk, so but then on the pass ball, Smith will make it over toward third base. So that's 4 walks there for Eversole.
Now batting number 10, Allison Kane.
So now with runners on the corners,
Yeah, it's on the ground.
Coach Stevens comes out to talk to his hurler.
What?
Just 7 runs separate these teams. Of course, once you get into the 5th inning or 4th inning, 10 is all it takes to end the ball game.
Yep. It's high.
High, and the runner's going to be heading out towards second, so Eversole's got herself a steal.
Was that 4 walks for her tonight, Eversole?
It was 4 walks on the night. Like I said, I don't know if it's just
Coincidence or
coincidence or maybe she's I haven't checked the stats on her, but I mean, it could be that she's one of their better hitters and decided to paint the outside corners. As that one's hit over towards second, and that's going to be 2 away, but a run will score here for Menifee County. So 16-10 is now our score.
Now batting the left fielder, Emily Banks.
So Emily Banks, the left fielder, are now up to bat.
Down. Pitch there was down low.
So that'd be 1 ball, no strikes.
Ooh.
Just barely misses on the inside there, so 2-0. Banks is 1 for 3 today. She had a single in the first inning, and then she's popped out twice. That one over toward third base. Lambert gets it over to Henderson in time. So only ends up with 1 run, so not too bad there, especially given the situation that they were in there for a while. Lambert throws it over to Henderson to stop I would say bleeding, but I guess that's more of a scratch. Tis merely a flesh wound.
Yep.
I have to break out some of my Monty Python here. But that is going to be it. 1 run off of 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base for Menifee County. So Wes Carter going into the bottom of the 5th inning is going to have Henderson, Porter, and then back to the top of the lineup again in James. And so we will be back here momentarily. You're watching 16th Region Softball action live here on the Mantis Sports Media Network. Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com. The drive-in has the food to get your day started the right way. From delicious donuts and hot coffee to mouth-watering burgers and a cold marshmallow Coke, made from natural and locally sourced ingredients. Be sure to keep an eye out for our food truck coming to a town near you. And don't forget that the sun is always out at Beach Buns Tanning. With locations at Olive Hill, Grayson, Moorhead, and Mount Sterling, we have the tanning options and lotions to give you that sun-kissed look all year round. Be sure to check us out on Facebook. Beach Buns Tanning and the Drive-In are proud supporters of local high school sports.
I'm Governor Andy Beshear. What if you had COVID-19 and didn't know it? Imagine unknowingly spreading it. No one wants that. So wear a mask. Do it for your family. Do it for our economy. Do it for your own health.
And we're back here at Wes Carter. Of course, we're glad to be outdoors and not have have to worry too much about mask this afternoon, being an outdoor environment.
I love it, Jeff. I'm tired of the mask.
I think it's one of those things after a year, it's like you just kind of start, you get used to it for a while. Nice shot
there. We go.
There.
Run it out.
Got her.
And that one is dropped, and so Henderson's going to get another single there off of the drop ball by Jones. That's one of the first drop balls that I think she's had this afternoon.
Yeah. Yeah, so, she's a good first baseman for them. They got a good shortstop out there too, Jeff.
Yeah, they've been testing her all afternoon.
Yeah,
they've got her a couple times, but but I mean, usually if the ball's coming to her, it's you don't want to say an automatic out, but you're about prepared to say, and that's one away. So first one here to Porter is going to be fouled off, so it'll be 0-1. Porter 3 for 3 today with a double and 2 singles, 2 RBIs and 2 runs of her own. So she's having a fantastic miss.
That was a good cut there.
Yep, nice little drop on there. Of course, not too many pitchers around here that I've seen too much has the rise ball.
Right.
That's of course as we were talking earlier, Montana Fouts. That's her bread and butter. There's the riser, and that one's in the dirt, so it's going to be 1-2. I said if that team that they had a few more players, a few more bats on there.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
I
you
mean,
couldn't imagine.
They would have dominated.
Oh.
I mean, they were dominating
Yeah,
the
they
state.
were, but my gosh.
That's going to be a little chopper.
Get that.
And this might be a double play.
Tagger! Tagger!
So that's going to be 2 away as Porter ended up getting a little chopper that Eversole ended up getting. Henderson ran back to first, but that was a fair ball. And so the Comets, or the Lady Comets here has got 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th.
Starting leadoff hitter number 20, Kaylee James.
Go, ladies, 2 away.
No, 1 away.
Oh.
2. Well, we got 2 outs. We need 1 more.
Being, a lot of these players the first year, they don't get into these situations,
Right.
that often.
No, they don't.
They've had several games in which, every batter would get 1 bat.
Right.
Go, Bill.
As James 0 for 3 today, grounded out to short. Most of those, it does have a walk and a run.
There we go.
And she hits it right back there, and
There we go.
this time
3 outs.
they get the 3rd out there.
It's hard to beat that shortstop.
Yeah, Rogers to Jones, that is one combination, that it has been fantastic here tonight. So for the Lady Comets, no runs off of 1 hit, and no errors, and nobody left on base. Our score is still 16-10 as we head into the top of the 6th inning. And it's going to be the 8-9, and then back up to the leadoff batter again for the Menifee County Wildcats. As they're still hanging on.
Yep.
They've not been giving up at all. Because
No, they haven't.
you would think after that 3rd inning when they scored 10, when West
15.
scored 10 runs,
Yeah.
and they were up. I think what is it? It
Was it 15 runs they was up? Or
well, at one time, let's see. I'm trying to do the math here in my head. West at the end of the 3rd, they were up 14-7.
Okay.
And then it's kind of been 2 runs each. That got it up to 16-9, and then of course they just Menifee County scored 1 in the last inning to get us up to 16-10. So we'll be back here momentarily as we are heading into the top of the 6th inning. You're watching 16th Region softball action live here on the Mantis Sports Media Network. Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com. The Drive-In has the food to get your day started the right way. From delicious donuts and hot coffee to mouth-watering burgers and a cold marshmallow Coke, made from natural and locally sourced ingredients. Be sure to keep an eye out for our food truck coming to a town near you. And don't forget that the sun is always out at Beach Buns Tanning. With locations at Olive Hill, Grayson, Moorhead, and Mount Sterling, we have the tanning options and lotions to give you that sun-kissed look all year round. Be sure to check us out on Facebook. Beach Buns Tanning and the Drive-In are proud supporters of local high school sports. And we're back here where Jones is up to bat, and she's got a 1-1 count against her already. She's 0 for 2 on the day, and hoping to try to get things rolling on as the count goes to 2 balls, 1 strike. And we've got a shoe untied, so get it back, and it sounded like the either a battery died or something like that in the press box.
Yep.
Or the connection, or someone walked away and came back and the connection reconnected there. As that's going to be high up, so it'll be 3 balls, 1 strike here to Jones. She was the victim of a strikeout by McGlone in the 4th. Of course, McGlone's nearing because she had 87 pitches in that first game.
There's a good one there.
Yes, nice swing on a miss there. So full count now to Jones. And she's got 87 or 78 pitches here so far. 46 balls, 32 strikes. And that one just barely misses there. And so that's going to put Jones down on first. And that's going to be bringing up now the right fielder, Hamilton. I believe Kenzie Hamilton. That's a hit there puts one away and can't turn the double play, but that was a good look there by Kaylee James. Because that was, that was a hard hit there.
It was. She's made some good plays tonight, Jeff.
Now batting the shortstop, number 26.
Got the lefty back up.
Yep, back at the top of the lineup again with Rogers. She's 2 for 3 on the afternoon. Of course, as this game progresses and as many runs as we've had so far, my stat sheet just keeps on ticking down. And so she's 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs, 2 runs, and a stolen base. And gets a called strike against her.
1 ball, 1 strike.
So it's 1-1 here to Rogers. As that's a nice hit and just barely in front of Reynolds. And that is going to score 1 for Menifee County on the double.
That was a shot.
And I said that was Reynolds, but that's actually Porter there in left field.
Now batting the catcher, number 21, Bayley Ledford.
So that was definitely a big shot there. So that scores Jones. Rogers now on second base with 1 away. And they're going to try to hold Rogers there as she's trying to make that decision of what to do. So I believe the count on her is 2 balls, 1 strike. So 2-2. Now here to Ledford, who's 2 for 3 on the afternoon. Of course, in that Alabama game, in that first inning, it seems like all the, when I was watching Sports Center, there's a little chopper, and so this should be an easy out toward first. Does advance the runner over toward third, but that's going to be 2 away here for the Wildcats. But it seemed like all the ESPN top 10 plays from that game was about in that first inning because they came out, with a vengeance there.
Yes, they did.
And they had that nice little play there. There's a hit toward second, and that should be it for the Wildcats. So that is another ground out there. James to Henderson. Picks up the third out, so only 1 run off of 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base for the Wildcats. And so heading into the bottom of the 6th inning, our score is West Carter 16, Menifee County 11. And we'll have the 2, 3, and 4 batters up for the Lady Comets in McGlone, Burton, and McGlone. So if Zach puts them up back to back next time, I'm going to have a word with them and say, we can't do McGlone.
We can't
on there. So we'll be back here momentarily on the we're watching 16th Region Softball here on the Manta Sports Media Network. To look your best on game day or on any other day, head to Stylish Stitches at 115 Mill Street in Olive Hill for all your high school, collegiate, and custom apparel needs. They are also the place for custom gifts and embroidery. And when you need to refuel, head to Henry's at 530 Tom T. Hall Boulevard. Whether it's Taco Tuesday, Fish Fry Friday, or juicy steaks and burgers any other day of the week, Henry's is there for the area's best food, drinks, and entertainment. Be sure to check us out on Facebook for specials or to order online. Stylish Stitches and Henry's are proud supporters of local high school sports. The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Like I was talking before you meant, I would look up and like, is there a bird?
It's definitely something, rain, a sprinkle or something going on here as we are back now here at West Carter. We're Brandy McGlone, the center fielder, up to bat now for the Lady Comets, 3 for 4 on the afternoon. Nice hit there. That should be down. And this is definitely 2 or 3 base territory as she's booking it. She did not even slow down. She's going to go for the inside the park home run as she is in for the home run.
Awesome. Wow.
So
she did not turn the jets off.
No, she was there, and when she wanted it, she just took it.
Yep.
Because hit that one well into deep center field.
She's a woman on a mission, Jeff.
Yep, that's her second home run on the season, this time an inside the Parker. And so that gets West Carter now 17-11 lead. As first ball to Burton is our first pitch to Burton's a ball. Yeah, it's one of those things that if they know they think they've got it, they're going to keep trucking.
Mm-hmm.
And as you said, she did not turn off the Jets one bit. I didn't look to even see if Zach was holding her up or
no, he wasn't.
It's like, hey, if you want it, go get it.
Mm-hmm.
That's always good to be able to trust your players like that and let them make a good decision there. As that hit over toward short, and that one's over the top. Burton makes the turn, but she sees the ball heading back into the field as that one bounced off of the wall there for the dugout, and so it ends up with a single there.
Yep. I was trying not to yell there.
She
made the turn there, and she didn't come back to the base. I was wanting to yell.
Yeah, it's like, get back. That's always one thing when I was announcing and everything else. It was all, for the sports teams and everything. Sometimes you just want to, especially when you work with the kids and everything,
right.
You're like, come on. That one's popped up and that's dropped. And so they make the throw to first, but that is going to be everybody is safe. So, my goodness, that was an interesting play there.
Yes, it was.
As that one was popped up to Ledford. And the ball dropped, and it was still fair.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of Burton was all the way back at first, they had a play at second, but I think they was trying to think that they could get that play, double play at first base, but didn't get it. So Comets take advantage of that and now have runners at first and second. And first pitch is in the dirt here to Salmons. She's 1 for 4 on the afternoon with a run. And from the circle, here's the 1-0 pitch.
There we go.
Nice hit, and that's bobbled, and everybody is going to be safe after that. So one of the few errors made by Rogers here this afternoon, as that was hit right to her.
That was a shot.
Yeah, that one, it was going to be tough to try to make a play. But that's going to load the bases for the Lady Comets. And as we said, there are 4 runs away from finishing off this game. here in the 6th inning. But Smith's still hanging on. She's over 100 pitches now, as that one's going to be popped up and out of play into the net. So it'll be 0-1 here to Lambert. As we said, Lambert, plagued by hits in the hit by a pitch in the first game, and she's 2 for 3 in this game with a double and a single. 3 runs on the afternoon, 2 RBIs.
She's done well. She had a good shot over left field over there.
She did in that 2nd inning. That was a fantastic shot. As that one's going to be in the dirt. And that is going to be a play at the plate, and that's going to be safe. So as the count moves up to 1-2, the pass ball will score Burton. And advance the runners to 2nd and 3rd.
Is it 18-11 or 19-11, Jeff?
I've got, should be 18-11. As that is a hard hit ball going towards 2nd, and that is dropped. That's going to score another one here for Wes Carter as Lambert is on there, and that's going to score 2 for Wes Carter. So that was a fantastic hit by Lambert, just off the glove of King. Ends up with a double underneath her belt and scores 2 more. McGlone scores and Salmon scores. And so now the Comets are only one run away from getting back-to-back Mercy wins here this afternoon. And first pitch here to Reynolds is called strike. She walked in the 3rd inning and then ground to short in the 4th. She does have a run underneath her belt on the afternoon.
There you go.
Swing and a miss there, so 0-2, Delaney Reynolds. Of course, Wes Carter with a runner in scoring position. That's going to be fouled off. Lambert's wanting to go home.
She is. She was almost the 3rd.
I was trying to remember who the winning run was in the last game. I forget if it was Lambert.
I think it might have been Lambert.
I was thinking.
I was too busy watching Zach.
Yeah, Zach went ahead, and of course, good thing he didn't make contact, because then the umpire could have said, and Lambert this time will make it to 3rd on the pass ball. You'd hate to be call out your winning run because you fell in front of him and tripped him up. Like interference?
Yeah. That'd be Zach's luck too, you know.
It's like, let's continue on, and then then Menifee Canning have a fantastic inning, and it ends up taking it in the complete opposite direction. But, I mean, the Comets, taking a look at them this game, they've got 23 hits underneath their belts.
Wow, that's good.
In this game, their bats have been, fantastic.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
So 1-2, the count here, Delaney Reynolds.
No out.
Nobody out. They had several chances of getting some outs, but, with a few errors here and there, they put themselves in a tough position, as that one's in the dirt, so it's going to be 2-2. And you can definitely tell that Chloe down there is wanting to.
She's wanting to score. She's wanting that winning score run so bad.
I can't blame them.
No,
after going down 25 games, that's going to make a full count now. And then finally you win your first one, and probably a little bit of excitement kind of led into that. Of course, had the senior night activities and everything else. That does affect. But Menifee County, as we've seen earlier, they come out of the gate strong.
They do.
And they're going to score 4 or 5 runs on you, and that's pretty much what they've done in the last couple games. But now, they've been more consistent this game. They've scored in every inning. West hasn't got them shut out like they did in the last game. There's a little bit of a chopper foul ball down the 3rd base line. Yeah, so that is one difference between the two different games is that McGlone held them scoreless in several innings in that first or at least the last 2 or 3 innings. As that one's going to be flat, and so we'll have runners at the corners.
Ducks are on the pond.
And that is when they want to try to get them moving around. And so we got Henderson. It'd be a fantastic way to
senior night. Heck yeah.
Senior night and walk off hit. It'd be even great if you just put it over the fence and everything.
Yes.
Because I think we all remember our senior night and
Yes,
something that happened. Of course, that swung on, but Reynolds
advanced to second.
Yeah, she hot foots it down there. She's got some speed on her. Of course, that's where she came in and
first game and did a lot of pinch running for the catcher.
And that's going to be inside, so 1-1's the count here to Henderson. She's 2 for 4 in the afternoon with 2 singles. And that's high up, but swung on, so that'll be 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Henderson.
She heard Zach there. What are you doing swinging that high?
Could be like Kit off of League of Their Own.
Oh, League of Their Own, yes.
I like the high ones.
Yeah.
That one's high, so 2-2's the count, evened up here to Henderson.
I forgot about that movie, Jeff. That's a good movie.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, the names in that movie too. I mean,
Tom Hanks.
Madonna. That's swung on and dropped third pitch, and
Good job.
and so they're going to get her out at first. So the drop third pitch strikeout here.
That's first out of the inning.
Yep. So West Carter's still got some room to play around a little bit there.
We're at the bottom of the lineup too, ain't we?
Yep, because Porter now up to bat. And she's 3 for 4 on the day with 2 RBIs and 2 runs. Had a double in the second inning down the left field line. First pitch to her is a called ball. Of course, you got to think Smith out there's got to be getting tired. That's 119 pitches on her this afternoon, plus catching a game. And that one fouled off, so it'll be 1-1. Of course, ground rules here at West Middle. If it's in the net, it's not playable after that point.
I didn't think so.
You're doing a good job, Bayley.
But, good hustle there by the catcher
to
try to make that play and everything.
I'm going to have to condition these for 2 days.
Heard her talking to the scorekeeper for Menifee County, saying she's going to have to condition her hair after wearing the helmet for a couple days. I typically don't have that problem.
I do.
Now, a little bit of a hit there, and that's going to score 1 for West, and that should be it. As Porter, she gets thrown out at first, but Lambert ends up scoring. Off of that, and so our final score is going to be 21 West Carter, 11 Menifee County here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And so, another good game by West Carter. I'm sure that is, kind of, I don't want to say vengeance, but I'm trying to think of the word, they've gotten their payback, I guess, from the last game that was out there and that they lost to them. One that they all kind of knew that they should have had and everything else. But they're able to get the job done here today. And so, 1 and 25, especially when you had a 25, losses in a row, one's good. 2's even better on there, and so fantastic job by them.
This is a good night, senior night. I'm happy they got wins both games, and the senior there, Henderson, she played good both games. So.
She had a fantastic. She was 2 for 5 in that second game, and she had I think a double in that in the first game as well. So I mean, she's had fantastic evening. Great senior night for her. And, I mean, even better picking up a couple wins and everything.
Oh, yes.
So we'll take a brief commercial break, and hopefully we'll get Zach Stevens over here, and we'll turn it over to Justin Tackett and Zach Stevens for the post-game interview. And I'm sure smiles are going to be all around on this afternoon as they're out celebrating that. And looks like Zach's already bald-headed out there as well. So, I mean, maybe he I don't know if they had clippers out there or whatever it was, but it's definitely a little bit shinier.
It is. We've got to wait on the pink beard now.
Yes, the pink beard is what's going to be coming up.
I'm looking forward to see that district tournament.
Well, and good recognition, too, for breast cancer cancer awareness
Lord,
on there.
Yes.
As taking the celebratory pictures out there, any for senior night as well. So we'll take a brief commercial break, and we'll be back here momentarily where West Carter comes away with 2 wins on the night against Menifee County, 20-5 in the first game and 21-11 here in the second game. You've been watching 16th Region Softball live here on the Mantis Sports Media Network. Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com. The drive-in has the food to get your day started the right way. From delicious donuts and hot coffee to mouth-watering burgers and a cold marshmallow Coke, made from natural and locally sourced ingredients. Be sure to keep an eye out for our food truck coming to a town near you. And don't forget that the sun is always out at Beach Buns Tanning. With locations at Olive Hill, Grayson, Moorhead, and Mount Sterling, we have the tanning options and lotions to give you that sun-kissed look all year round. Be sure to check us out on Facebook. Beach Buns Tanning and the Drive-In are proud supporters of local high school sports. The next time you're in Mount Sterling, take the short drive out to Cecilia's Country Market at 4100 Maysville Road for some good home cooking, one of the area's best breakfasts, and daily lunch specials, all at affordable prices. Competitive gas and diesel prices, with the little items we all need every day, all in one place. Open from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. That's Cecilia's Country Market, 4100 Maysville Road, Mount Sterling, Kentucky, right next to the world-famous Judy Drive-In. To look your best on game day or on any other day, head to Stylish Stitches at 115 Mill Street in Olive Hill for all your high school, collegiate, and custom apparel needs. They are also the place for custom gifts and embroidery. And when you need to refuel, head to Henry's at 530 Tom T. Hall Boulevard. Whether it's Taco Tuesday, Fish Fry Friday, or juicy steaks and burgers any other day of the week, Henry's is there for the area's best food, drinks, and entertainment. Be sure to check us out on Facebook for specials or to order online. Stylish Stitches and Henry's are proud supporters of local high school sports. The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 110,000 participants here in Kentucky who take part in high school sports.
And we're back here at West Carter, and we're going to get the post-game interview here. So we'll turn it over here to Justin Tackett, and as he interviews here, Coach Zach Stevens. I'll try to pull up some stats here for you real quick from the second game. Of course, I always have to give Zach a big applause because he's always provided me stats, and now I get to provide him some stats here this afternoon. So we'll turn it over to Justin here and Zach, Coach Zach.
Zach, first off, I want to say congratulations.
Thank you.
First win. Not only that, you've mercied 2 of them. I mean,
it's nice to be on the other end of that.
I say it was, and I could tell the girls are just getting better and better.
Yeah.
McGlone, Brandy McGlone, I thought she did very good.
Brandy Savage, as we call her.
Brandy Savage. And Henderson girl up for her senior night, I thought she played real well.
I'm so happy that Emily was able to get some hits and score some runs, and she played well in the field. I thought she didn't make any errors
third
or
and
anything.
first. Yeah,
and I'm really excited for her because I know that she had made the comment that she wished that she had 3 more years, that she wished she had played more, and her speech that she wrote before the game was, I've got some tears in my eyes on that one.
Wow, that's good.
That was good.
That's something you always get at athletes that, usually come out their senior year, they realize, like, what did I miss? I should have played all 4 years,
Yeah.
I'm sure, Logan Berry felt the same way in basketball and, Trace Taggart in football year before,
Absolutely.
I got a few questions here. Which wrestler would you describe this team?
I'm going to say Diamond Dallas Page.
Diamond Dallas Page.
Because we got a lot of girls that waited until later in their high school careers to come out and play. And, it took a while for them to find success. He was kind of a background guy, and it took him a long time to get that WCW title.
Yeah, you're right.
So I'm going to say we're DDP. And plus, DDP is a pretty positive guy, and I think we're a pretty positive bunch.
Oh, yes. I've seen that tonight. Very good attitude, good sportsmanship.
Mm-hmm.
Never one of them ran into the second baseman. I forget who it was. She helped her up.
Yeah.
I thought, and she stepped off the bag, and he was like, get back on the bag. I thought, well, she's trying to help her out there. I'm asking you wrestling questions. Obviously, if no one knows, we're big wrestling fans, along with Harley Estep. And, our football, Thomas does our hot videos every week with wrestlers. What was your favorite era of wrestling?
Well, I got a lot of golden era stuff I like, but the Attitude Era when we were in school,
Monday Night Wars.
You had to watch your back around the corner because you was gonna get a diamond cutter or a stunner. So.
Yeah. Well, who's your favorite wrestler?
I might be saying something about myself here, but I was always a Shawn Michaels fan.
Hey, that's my number one too.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I like the attitude, Shawn Michaels.
Absolutely.
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
The beginning DX. I like that.
Absolutely.
Now here's my last question. Like I said, the football. We always did the hot videos of wrestling. If the coaching staff, Daniel, Thomas, Jamie, Mike, Harley, and Donnie. If you had to describe one of them as a wrestler with their coaching style, who would it be? Start with Daniel up top.
First one that comes to mind with Daniel is Brian Pillman.
Loose cannon.
The loose cannon.
I agree with you. That's who I got here. I got mine. I got him.
But Daniel, Brian Pillman was also an extremely smart guy.
Yeah.
And he knew what was going on, and he knew how to work his career and stuff. So, and I think Daniel's cerebral like that as well.
Yeah, he is.
And but there's times on the sidelines where you're like, oh.
Yeah, loose cannon out there. Yep. Yeah. Believe me, I was on the headset. I was on the staff with him this year. Let's go with Thomas.
I gotta go with Scott Hall.
That's exactly what I got. Thomas was always a cool cat. We went to school with him.
Yeah.
He still is cool.
Yeah.
He's he's got that swag, and he's kind of a bad guy, but he likes being a bad guy. What about Jamie? Coach Wagner.
Jamie, so many come to mind. Just DX in general, because Jamie don't care to say whatever. But he's such a good talker. I don't think people realize that. But he's such a good talker. I would say Roddy Piper, because Roddy was great on the mic, and Roddy was probably not as appreciated, or his role in the WWE wasn't as highlighted as some other guys. And Jamie's is an important cog of the coaching staff.
Well, it's funny you mention that. That's Jamie's favorite wrestler.
Really?
Is Roddy Piper. and I agree with those. I have The Undertaker just because he does a lot behind the scenes.
Yes,
he stays over, and I've been out there with him. He does a lot, and he cares a lot about the program. Mike Flannery.
I'm trying to think who I'm going to say Jerry Lawler or Terry Funk, because he's always going to be there.
He's always going to be there. I've got Ric Flair because
I thought about Ric Flair too,
because Mike's the GOAT.
The longevity, greatest of all time. He's always going to be there. So yeah, I agree with that too.
What about Harley Estep?
Harley, what did I have? Was thinking about Harley. You remember what I said?
I think you said Buddy Love.
Yeah, Brother Love, because Brother Love played a character that you see Harley on the sidelines, and he's really energetic, and he can be loud and stuff, but he's really passionate about it. But he's also studies the game, and he knows the game. And I don't know if a lot of people know that or not, but Brother Love, Bruce Pritchard, I kind of see that in him.
Yeah, Bruce Pritchard was good, and I see that too. I have Bret Hart, and I tell you why, because excellence of execution, and not only that, he's the strength and conditioning coach, and he just he tries to get perfect on them boys. Not only that, he helps runs offense, defense. He helps be at special teams. He's out there every day for weightlifting.
Absolutely.
And last but not least, Donnie.
I'm going to say
Coach Rowe.
I'm going to say Dean Malenko.
Dean Malenko. They kind of look alike. Yeah.
He's understated, but he does a lot of work behind the scenes, and he don't care to be behind the scenes.
I got Joe Gatto.
Yeah,
he's not a wrestler, but reminds me of Joe Gatto, Practical Joker. So
yeah.
All right, man. I appreciate this interview, and congratulations on your win, man.
Thank you.
No problem.
All righty, Coach Zach, I'm sure glad to have that kind of the monkey off the back and everything else on there.
We got a JV win the other night, but this is the one I really wanted, to get that varsity win and get that off our backs. Our girls have worked so hard starting in February in the cage and being out here, and a lot of these girls haven't played a lot of softball. They haven't played in a lot of years, or they haven't played at all. And for them to come out and do the things they're doing is pretty incredible. And I'm glad it paid off tonight.
So, of course, you played them once earlier in the season down their place. It was a doubleheader, and actually both really close games because you played Morgan County down there. I think that was about a 3-run difference.
We played Magoffin in the first game.
Oh, Magoffin,
there was a little bit of a mix-up on the scheduling there. We ended up playing Magoffin, and we played Menifee after. That was a 17-14 game. But there's a couple big innings there that kind of buried us, and we didn't allow that big inning tonight. We kept it under control. We did good damage control. We're going to give up runs. That's going to happen, but we got to limit the errors, and I thought we did a great job of that in both games tonight.
Absolutely, because we were taking a look. I believe everybody on your roster that played out there scored a run tonight.
Yeah.
And that speaks volumes for the teams because a lot of times you may have like one player out there, kind of dominating everything, but everybody contributed there tonight.
And Emma, Cammie, Emma pitched great in the first game, only gave up 5 runs. And Cammie, wanted to get her some work tonight, and her arm was really hurting her. And Emma stepped up, and Cammie didn't pitch bad, but her arm was feeling rough. And Emma to pitch 9 innings tonight and give up 11 runs. For her, that's tremendous. And she battled. She had a blister on her finger. She fought through it, and I just got to give her a ton of props for that.
Well, and then of course got to give it up to Brandy McGlone as well. Inside the park home run. Was there any doubt on sending her into home?
The shortstop, the Rogers girl for Menifee, she's a tremendous player. I can't believe she's just in 7th grade. If she would have got it, I probably would have held her. She has such a good arm. But Brandy is a quick player. She's instinctual. I can't believe she hasn't played softball since 6th grade. She had a grand slam down at Bourbon County, which was huge. But when Brandy's on the base pass, I trust her. I tell her if she thinks she can do it. And she's good at reading it. And Emma's the same way. And a lot of these other girls, Trinity Salmons tonight, she did well behind the plate, and I thought she ran the bases great. And Chloe was popping off the bases good, and Jordan had some good hits, and Haley played well in the field and had some good hits. So everybody contributed. It was great. Yeah,
overall team win, and as we mentioned before, great to have 2 wins on a senior
Absolutely.
night, and especially heading into postseason because you did have that one game against Morgan County. First game was a little bit lopsided, but the second game, I think that was the one that I was thinking about. Was about a 3-run difference.
I think it was maybe 2. I think it was 15-13 or 15-12, something like that. But it was at their place, and we had a real good chance to win it. But it was one, and again, it was one big inning that really kind of buried us there. Absolutely.
And of course, any word on when the draw is going to be? Or?
The district meeting is Monday at 10 at Morgan County. Obviously we're probably slotted into that 4th seed there. Elliott's in COVID protocol. I don't know how that's going to handle. We'll figure that out on Monday.
So play it by ear, and I think the games are going to be played down at West Liberty at Morgan County this year.
It's a great facility. It's a good place to play a ball game.
So any last-minute comments or anything else?
I'm just proud of these girls. They've been, they've battled, and we've had some rough times to try to stay positive, and we've had some adversity, and we've overcome a lot of stuff, and I'm just happy for them, and I just can't say enough. Just happy for them. It's all about them. It's all for them. They put in the work. It's all about them. I'm happy, more so for myself. I'm happy for them that they get to do this.
Last comment here. Rumors flying around about shaved heads and pink beards coming up.
Yeah, they asked me about that when we were out there taking pictures around the 21 that we painted on the field. So yeah, I guess which my head's already pretty much shaved, but I guess the pink beard is coming. And I told him I would have done a lot worse for a win. So.
Absolutely. I said, when I coached volleyball, we were going into the All-A, and I said, hey, if y'all win some ball games on here, you got to shave my head. Now, they didn't know I did it every 2 weeks anyway, but I would have took it all the way down. I mean, I would have looked like Stone Cold Steve Austin up here, and I would have probably done that same walk. I don't know. I might even stunned Jason Clark from Raceland down there because they were playing it at Raceland that time period. I might have just got so excited and just started stunning everybody. It'd be like be the time that Stone Cold took out Vince McMahon and everything else.
I might have to get a Zamboni and drive it out here.
That's true. I still remember, actually, I went down to Lexington. I watched a match down there, and that was right before the first blood match between Stone Cold and The Undertaker.
Oh, yeah.
And Stone Cold came out on top of a Central Kentucky Blood Center Bloodmobile. They drove it in the side there at Rupp Arena. And, of course, naturally how he always did with the beers and everything, smacked some beers. He ended up, his boot slipped and his rear end went through the windshield of the Bloodmobile windshield.
Yeah.
And actually, rumors have it, they still have it down there. He autographed it. Of course, the WWE paid for, the windshield. But that was like a memento for him. It almost kind of reminds me of, well, it's actually two movies. I'm movie referencing like crazy. I kind of think of Selena. When they pull the bumper off of her bus, and it's like, no, we're going to hang this up on our wall, and it's going to say, this bumper was pulled off by the bus of Selena's. Or European Vacation of, no, you'll keep that as a memento. But great games here tonight. So hopefully now that the Pandora's box is open in this case, there'll be more out there. Of course, you got a couple away games next week, and
they're winnable games. Fairview, we've played them a couple times, and they have mercied us, but I think our girls are realizing now, truly what they can do. I don't think they had realized just how good of players they were and the things that they could do, and I think that realization's coming because we'd scored 72 runs all year. We score 41 tonight. That's a big deal. So.
And then holding your opponents to 5 runs in the first.
I think we've been averaging giving up 16, 17, 18 runs. So that was huge.
And sometimes it's that little confidence booster, especially going into the postseason, that is going to be the big thing. So you never know. You may be a 4 and 25 team going into the district and come out district champions.
Hey, whatever happens. We got some good teams in our district, and Coach Manning at East and I are good friends, and friendly with Coach Calhoun and stuff, and they got a good program, and they're kind of a model of what we want to be. We want to be good year in and year out, and I'm glad these girls get to be a part of that foundation. And this is definitely the start to it. Yep. Well, thank you, Coach. Appreciate it. Congratulations on a couple wins tonight, and we'll look forward to that. Let us know, and we'll come out, and I don't know how we can broadcast a pink beard dying on there somehow, but we'll do whatever we can on there. Right. Thank you, Coach. Thank you. All righty, and so that's going to finish things up here at West Carter again. Of course, your score is 20-5 in the first game, and then the second game 21-11. Fitting 21 runs to finish off the game, and Emily Henderson, number 21, out there as well. So a very fitting end to her. So for Jeff Irwin and Justin Tackett, thank you very much, and glad to have you in the booth here today. Always welcome back again. So when you get a chance, I know you're a busy person. Yes, so it's one of those things that we always do what we got to do and everything. We do. But that'll finish things off for us here. So West Carter comes away with 2 victories tonight. God bless you all, and we will see you all again next week. West Carter will be facing the baseball teams. Will be facing Tulsa and Wayne next week. So we'll have those live for you on next week's broadcast. And then we will get you up-to-the-minute information as soon as the district meetings are held, and figure out, of course, all tournaments are going to be held at Morgan County High School. And we'll get
who they're going to be playing here as soon as we receive that. So for Jeff Irwin and Justin Tackett, we thank you this afternoon. God bless you all, and we'll see you next time again here on the Manta Sports Media Network.